Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and I run the blog lifefromtheviolasection.com where I share my favorite practice tips, general advice, and tech for musicians. Today I'm going to talk about which tablet might be right for you as a musician, whether you prefer Apple, Android, or Windows. There is a good tablet for each category. So I'm going to talk through the basics of an Apple tablet, an Android tablet, and a Windows tablet, basically the best in each category so that you can know which one might be right for you. I also have more in-depth videos about each of these tablets in my Tech for Musicians playlist, which I'm linking in the eye above. So if you want, you can go through those videos and get some more in-depth information about all of these tablets. So first, if you're a fan of Apple or if you're part of the Apple ecosystem already, the iPad is probably going to be your best bet. There are a few different models of iPads out there between the Pro and the Air and just the regular iPad. Personally, I have the iPad Pro with the 12.9-inch display. I think that one is just absolutely the best. The screen size is just perfect for reading sheet music off of because it's very similar to an actual sheet of paper, and you can use the Forscore app, which is probably definitely the best sheet music reading app out there. So if the iPad Pro is too expensive or just too large for you, the iPad Pro 11-inch display is also a great option. I know plenty of musicians who use that model, and also the iPad Air 4 is a really good option. It's just a lot smaller, so if you are able to stand pretty close to your music stand, or if you prefer to have your iPad in landscape mode, the music is still pretty readable on there, and all of these iPad models are compatible with the Apple Pencil, which is a definite must if you're a musician because it makes it so easy to write up and mark your music. All iPad models are available with just Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi and cellular, so if you play a lot of gigs that don't have Wi-Fi, the cellular option might be nice. I personally would just make a hotspot on my phone and use that for my iPad, but depending on your needs, the cellular model might be good for you. I think one downside of the iPad is the file organization system. I love Finder and all of that on Macs, but I find that the file organization on iPads and iPhones has always been a little bit confusing, especially the Files app has made things a little bit better, but also still kind of confusing. But I do love that the Files app can integrate with Google Drive and other cloud services. I put most or all of my files into Google Drive, so I usually just use the Google Drive app on my iPad to keep everything kind of cohesive, but it's kind of hard for me to know what's downloaded on my iPad and where exactly everything is stored. So if you prefer Windows file organization, then an iPad might be a little bit confusing for you. I'm used to it because I have an iPhone, an iPad, and a MacBook, so I am very used to the Apple ecosystem and file organization, but it is something that frustrates me sometimes. With an iPad, you can use the app Forscore, which is hands down the best sheet music reading app out there. This is only available for iOS, so the iPad is the only tablet that you can use Forscore on. But it's great, it has hardly any bugs, and it's really, really similar to reading physical sheet music. So I highly recommend using the Forscore app if you have an iPad. Even if you're not an Apple person, if you're looking for probably the best tablet for musicians, the iPad is probably it, simply because of Forscore and because it runs really smoothly. It's almost never buggy. I know iPads don't always age well. Mine is from 2020 and it's still working really well. I don't want to jinx it, so yeah. It's been super fast ever since I bought it. I have really no complaints about the iPad Pro from 2020, 12.9-inch display. Okay, so what if you are more of an Android person and are looking for an Android tablet? I think the most high-quality Android tablet out there is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 8. There are 3 different models of this one, and I'll talk through each of those, but Samsung usually makes the most high-quality Android devices, that and Google, but I don't think Google really makes a tablet. I'm going to be making a video focusing just on the Samsung Galaxy Tab 8 very soon, so once that is up, I'll link that in the eye too so that you can go click on that and get some more detailed information about this tablet. But for now, there are 3 models of this. The first one is the Tab 8. This one has a display size of 11 inches and it starts at $629.99. The second model of the Galaxy Tab 8 is the Tab S8 Plus. Its display is 12.4 inches and it starts at $829.99. And the best model is the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. Its display size is 14.6 inches, really large, and it starts at $999.99. So there are a bunch of different options, but there is a huge display size, which is great for musicians, especially if you play an instrument that has to be kind of far away from a music stand, because then you can see the whole page, but also still very large. So again, Samsung makes very good quality Android devices. So if you're looking for an Android tablet, the Samsung line is probably your best bet, even if it's not the Galaxy Tab 8. Either way, it's just kind of the best company out there that makes Android devices. So since you would be using Android, you'd have access to the Google Play Store, and the best sheet music reading option available for both Android and Windows is mobile sheets. I have a few videos on the Surface Book, which we'll be talking about later, but we look at mobile sheets specifically in those videos, so they will also be linked up in the eye. They're also in my Tech for Musicians playlist, so if you'd like to see how mobile sheets works, you can check out those videos and see it in action there. So this is the best option for Android or Windows users, basically anyone who's not on iOS, but mobile sheets is a bit buggy, a bit laggy, just not quite as fluid as Forscore is. I think there's just not quite as much support for it because it's more of an independent app. So mobile sheets is very nice. It's definitely the most premium option if you're not an Apple user, but Forscore is still just the best option, but is only available for iOS, which makes things a bit difficult. So if you're looking for like purely a tablet, the Samsung Galaxy Tab 8 is gonna be the best. It's one of the most premium Android tablets, and it's a great alternative to the iPad. If you're more of a Windows person, the Surface line is going to be your best option. So this is made by Microsoft. I have a couple videos on the Surface Book 3, which my partner has, and it's a great hybrid between a laptop and a tablet because there's a battery in both the keyboard base and in the screen part, and you can detach it, and the screen runs as its own tablet. So it's great to use as a laptop. It's also great as a tablet. I would call the setup of the Surface Book much more of a laptop, like Windows interface, than a tablet interface. You can use it as just a tablet, but I don't think things work quite as well. And apps aren't quite like apps on there. They're more like web pages, kind of. So I would say that this one is much more on the laptop side than on the tablet side, but it does have a 15-inch display, which is great. It's huge. It's very nice. You can buy the Surface Pen. It works really nicely, and you can buy like different types of tips for the Surface Pen depending on if you like more of a pen feel or a pencil feel, thicker or thinner. It has a lot of versatility. The Surface Pro is also a good option if you're looking more on the tablet side. So the Surface Pro 7 is much thinner than the Surface Book, and it has a 12.4-inch display. So it's a little bit smaller than my iPad Pro, but it's a bit larger than other iPad models. But it does come with a keyboard, unlike the iPad, which just comes just a tablet, but it's still a nice sized screen for reading sheet music on. It just kind of depends on your needs. You can also use the Surface Pen on this device too. So that's just kind of an overview of kind of your three main options depending on what kind of tech you like best. If you like Apple, if you like iPads, if you like tablets, or if you're much more of a laptop person, there are a bunch of different options out there for you. So this was just kind of an overview, but if you'd like more detailed information, definitely check out the cards that I've added in this video to get a lot more in-depth information about each one. So again, that Samsung Galaxy Tab video is coming very soon, where I'll go in depth. I don't own one, but I'll talk about all the stats and everything. So I'm super excited to make that video for you because it looks like a great option for musicians who just aren't interested in the Apple ecosystem. It's a great Android option. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any other ideas or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion on tech for musicians. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new musical videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Time. Thanks for watching.